Thank you, everybody. This is fabulous. When we thought about what kind of turnout we were going to get, we wondered about how many chairs to provide, and oh my goodness, it looks like we don't have enough chairs. This is fabulous. Thank you so much for coming. I'm just going to be really brief about what we're going to do tonight and how we're going to do it. It's pretty informal. Let me just say a little bit about how the place is structured. The base reason for being here, at least at the start, was to focus on the projects. And so we have, in fact, been blessed with projects, primarily thesis projects, from 7 of the graduates of the class of 1972. And so those projects are on the end walls, one on this side and one on the other. So those are, in fact, our student projects at what was called U of D at the time, from the years 1966 to 1972. We are lucky to be able to show 2 projects that are actually original drawings done, 46 years ago, and those are the drawings on Mylar, one on each side that you'll be able to identify. Those are the projects. The rest of the work is on the movable panels, and that is a combination of stories, memories, a timeline of the time, and we think really adds to the experience. We are going to show a film that is a series of memories that was prepared by one of the 1972 graduates who currently lives in Australia. The film was made 10 years ago on the occasion of our first reunion, which we had in Florida 10 years ago. So we feel that the film is worth seeing. And then after that, if you want questions, we can certainly do Q&A, or maybe just mingle about, answer questions, look around, and we're here to help in any way that we can. So as far as what we're doing here, I have gleaned 3 explanations. The first one comes from us. So the way we described tonight's exhibit is, quote, life in the School of Architecture, 1966 to 72. So that's how we are describing what we're looking at tonight. The second was an explanation that the dean came up with, and you may have seen the posters, and that is, quote, class of 1972 Thesis Show Redux. So that gives kind of an additional slant on things. And then the final one actually was prepared by my brother, who knows nothing about architecture, who posted it on Facebook. And what he said we are doing is, quote, reflecting on the evolution of architecture over the course of the last 5 decades. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. We're not going to reflect too much on the evolution of architecture, but certainly I would say that we are reflecting on the evolution of the presentation techniques of architecture, specifically presentation techniques that we suffered through here at school. So with that, I'm going to turn over the podium to Bob, who is going to introduce the film. But before I do that, maybe we should have Bob and Jim, and I believe Anna, we have another 4th graduate here. Could you stand, please, and just identify yourselves so that you know who to ask? We feel very lucky to have Anna with us. As you can imagine, it was a different time. The breakdown of the gender, among other things, of the graduates is certainly different from what it is today. So I believe in our class you were the only one, right?
I was the only one.
Yeah.
I was the second one to graduate.
How about that? So we're very... Anna was the pioneer. She had to put up with all us guys who were all over the place. So anyway, Bob.
If you were wondering, I just wanted to interject. The population of the School of Architecture today, for the first year ever, is majority female.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I'm Bob Linto. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Dean. Will, for all your help and cooperation in putting this little exhibit of ours together. And now, if you don't mind, I just want to take a picture of the group because my wife said no one will come. We're still married after 35 years. We did want to show not just a bunch of drawings, but the context of the time that we lived in and the atmosphere at the school, which was terrific. And I didn't realize until 2013, when we came to the 50th anniversary of the School of Architecture, the big party that we had at the Detroit Athletic Club, that we were really only the third freshman class of the separate School of Architecture that had been established under Dean Bruno Leon. And so we were kind of still pioneers at that time. And I won't say that the Dean was making it up as he went along. He had a lot of experience. But we certainly were trailblazers in some sense of the School of Architecture. So, and I appreciate Dean Will's remarks about saying that, you know, there is a history here. And that's what we tried to show, that there is a history to this great School of Architecture, which every one of us that in our class still says we got a great education at the University of Detroit. University of Detroit. I can't say sorry. Okay. We did a little collection amongst the class, and we are going to make a gift to the university tonight in the amount of $2,657.37. Well, it's actually rounded down to $2,650. And Dean, we'll have the first installment. The other checks are in the mail. So thank you very much. Okay.
Where's Henry? Look, first Henry's our new advancement officer. And first day on the job, he just collected his first check. Thank you.
And recognize that a lot of us are on Social Security, so it can't be more. I'm going to introduce Jim because he put in a lot of work here too, and he'll introduce the film. But thank you very much, and thanks for the great attendance tonight, and we hope you enjoy. Take the time over the next day, a couple of days, you know, read the anecdotes, read the stories, read the quotes from the professors. I think you'll really enjoy it and give you a flavor of what it was like when we went to school from 1966 to 1972. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, Tom, and Will. I'm going to be brief. We're going to introduce a movie. Back in 2008, we got together with a reunion, and which the sad part was that we spent 36 years essentially apart, where we were extremely close, almost like a family. And one of the things that brought us together was the first project we did, and I explained this to Allegra's freshman class that came in, that we did a thing called a happening, which was performance art, if you want to put a label on it. And it brought us all together. We're here, we were 32 or 33, we're still not sure the final number of a freshman class. And we all got to know one another, the good, the bad, the ugly, but we all had to work together on three separate, well actually we worked on all three of them collectively, but we had three separate performances. And it brought us together as a class, and we had a very tight union. And there was a core group of people that stayed together throughout the whole 6 years. And when we had our reunion in 2008, it was a great reunion, and like Will said, it's like you pick up almost from where you left off. And we did, and since that time we've gotten together about 3 other times, maybe 4, depending on how you classify them as a reunion. One of our classmates emigrated to Australia, and he was one of the people who was very close in our close-knit group, and he could not attend, but he decided, he said, let me make a video. And so we sent him pictures and, you know, not so much stories, but commentary that he could include. And he made this very amazing movie that in 14 minutes, he really captured those 6 years that we were together here in the School of Architecture. So you can take a look at the movie, and you'll see that we came through a turbulent time. There was civil rights, there was the Vietnam War, and there was us trying to grow up and, you know, be adults and, you know, become architects. So enjoy the movie, and then afterward we'll be around, as Bob explained, to either answer questions or fill in sort of some of the missing blanks. But there's a lot of information here. Peruse it, take your time, and enjoy it. And as Bob said, I'm very surprised at the turnout, which is terrific. And you know, enjoy the movie.
Yeah, I'll help you with the.
Thank you.